I was holding my sister's wedding bouquet when I found the letter that would destroy everything I thought I knew about my family. Sarah had always been Dad's golden child. Perfect grades, perfect job, perfect fiancé. Meanwhile, I was the screw-up who could barely keep a relationship together for 6 months. So when she asked me to help with her wedding flowers, I jumped at the chance to finally do something right. The morning of her wedding, I was arranging the bridal bouquet in her hotel room when she got called away for photos. That's when I saw it, a cream envelope tucked between the stems, sealed with her initials. My hands were shaking as I pulled it out. The paper was expensive, heavy. The kind Dad used for his business correspondence. I told myself I was just checking if it was part of some romantic surprise from her fiancé. But the moment I unfolded that letter, I knew I'd crossed a line I could never uncross. It wasn't from her fiancé. It was from Dad. And it started with the words that made my blood run cold. "Sarah, I know you'll never forgive me for what I did to you when you were 15. My sister had been sexually abused. By our father. 4 months." I read every word, my hands trembling so badly I could barely hold the paper. Dad's handwriting, his voice, confessing to everything. Begging for forgiveness. Promising he'd never tell anyone if she just let him walk her down the aisle. One last father-daughter moment before she cut him out forever. The letter explained everything. Why Sarah flinched whenever Dad hugged her. Why she moved across the country for college. Why she never came home for holidays unless I begged her. Why she'd been in therapy for years but never told me why. I thought about all the times I'd defended him to her. All the times I'd called her dramatic for avoiding family events. All the times I'd made her feel guilty for not being closer to our amazing Dad. I wanted to throw up. I wanted to scream. I wanted to burn the whole world down. But Sarah's wedding was starting in 2 hours. I sat there in that hotel room, holding her bouquet, and realized I had a choice. I could pretend I never saw this letter. Let her marry the love of her life while carrying this secret. Keep our family's perfect facade intact. Or I could do what I should have done years ago, protect my sister. I made a decision that would change everything. I walked straight to the florist downstairs and bought an identical bouquet. Then I carefully tucked Dad's letter into the new arrangement and left Sarah's original flowers, the ones she'd chosen, the ones that were supposed to be perfect for her perfect day, on her dresser. But that wasn't enough. This man had spent 20 years playing the role of devoted father while my sister suffered in silence. He was about to walk her down the aisle like some proud papa, collecting congratulations and praise while she endured every step. I pulled out my phone and started recording a video. "Hi everyone, it's Emma. I'm at my sister Sarah's wedding, and I just discovered something that's going to change our family forever." I held up the letter, making sure Dad's handwriting was clearly visible. My father sexually abused my sister when she was 15 years old. And today, he expects to walk her down the aisle. I uploaded it to every social media platform we had mutual friends on. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I tagged every family member, every family friend, every colleague of Dad's I could find. Then I sent the video directly to Mom, who was getting ready 3 rooms down. The chaos started within minutes. My phone exploded with notifications. Mom came running down the hallway, still in her robe, screaming questions I couldn't answer fast enough. Sarah's future in-laws started calling, confused and horrified. Wedding guests began texting, asking if they should still come. But it was Dad's reaction that told me everything I needed to know. He didn't deny it. He didn't rage or threaten lawsuits or claim I was lying. He just showed up at Sarah's hotel room door, looking like a man who knew his 30-year charade was finally over. "Sarah," he said quietly, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." She looked at him, then at me, then at the bouquet in my hands. Her face went through about 10 different emotions in 5 seconds. When she finally spoke, her voice was steady as steel. "Get out. Don't come to my wedding. Don't ever contact me again." "And Emma?" She turned to me, and I braced myself for her fury. Instead, she pulled me into the tightest hug of my life. "Thank you for finally seeing me." The wedding went on. Mom walked Sarah down the aisle instead, tears streaming down both their faces. Half the guests didn't show, probably for the best. But the people who mattered were there. The people who loved Sarah for who she really was, not the perfect daughter she'd pretended to be. Dad's business partners started distancing themselves within hours. His country club membership got mysteriously revoked. 3 of his clients dropped him by Monday. Turns out, nobody wants to work with a child predator, no matter how charming he used to seem at dinner parties. Sarah told me later that she'd been planning to cut contact with him after the wedding anyway. The letter was supposed to be his last attempt to manipulate her into giving him that final moment of playing proud father. Instead, he got exposed to everyone who ever thought he was a good man. Mom filed for divorce 2 weeks later. She moved in with Sarah and her new husband temporarily, and they'd been rebuilding their relationship ever since. Turns out Mom had suspected something years ago but convinced herself she was being paranoid. As for Dad? He's alone now. No wife, no daughters, no grandkids to look forward to. No community standing or business reputation. Just an old man facing the consequences of what he stole from a 15-year-old girl. Some people called me cruel for destroying the wedding. They said I should have handled it privately, kept it within the family. But you know what? My sister spent 15 years keeping his secret. 15 years protecting his reputation while her own trauma ate her alive. I wasn't going to let him have one more day of playing the hero in her story. Sarah and I are closer now than we've ever been. She's getting the therapy she needs without having to pretend everything's fine. And me? I learned that sometimes the most loving thing you can do is refuse to keep someone else's toxic secrets. The flowers I switched that day? Sarah pressed one from each bouquet. She keeps Dad's letter bouquet flower as a reminder that she survived. And she keeps her original bouquet flower as proof that her real family, the people who truly see and protect her, will always have her back. Have you experienced something like this? Tell me in the comments.